The biggest mistake new goat owners make. Most new goat owners think the biggest mistake is picking the wrong breed. It's not. They think it's feeding the wrong hay. It's not that either. They think it's fencing or minerals or vaccines. Those matter, but none of those are the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake new goat owners make is assuming goats are low maintenance, and that one assumption causes almost every other failure. Goats look simple. They eat grass, they stand in a field, they follow each other. They don't require daily milking and less dairy. From a distance, they look self-sufficient. That illusion is dangerous because goats are not low maintenance. They are high awareness animals. And when you underestimate awareness, you create vulnerability. New owners think, I live in a rural area. I've never seen coyotes. My neighbor doesn't have problems. Predators don't announce themselves. They observe first. Most new owners buy goats before they have predator structure. They add animals before adding protection. And goats are prey animals. They're wired to detect threat, but they're not wired to defend effectively alone. This is why livestock guardian dogs matter. But new owners often get goats first and dogs later. That gap is when losses happen. New goat owners think fences are about keeping goats in. They are, but they're also about keeping predators out. Goats test fences constantly. Predators test them quietly. A fence that holds goats does not automatically stop coyotes. If fencing has gaps, predators don't need to jump. They slide. Structure matters before animals arrive. Goats are herd animals, but new owners treat them like individual pets. They'll buy one goat, maybe two, but they don't understand spacing dynamics. A goat alone becomes stressed. A stressed goat wanders. A wandering goat becomes vulnerable, even with a guardian dog. Herd structure matters. Tight clustering reduces selection risk. Loose spacing increases it. New owners don't think about clustering. They think about feeding. Predators think about separation. The next mistake is treating guardian dogs like pets. This is a big one. New owners buy a Great Pyrenees or Anatolian because they heard they're good with goats. Then they bring the dog inside at night, or they let it bond primarily to the house, or they over-socialize it with people before bonding it to livestock. A livestock guardian dog must bond to the herd, own the perimeter, and understand the territory. When treated like a pet first, they bond to humans before animals. Then their protective drive redirects incorrectly. They may bark at neighbors, but ignore subtle predator testing. Protection becomes reactive instead of preventative. The next mistake is the they'll figure out mindset. Another huge mistake. Assuming goats and dogs will work it out. Yes, goats are very smart. Yes, LGDs are instinctual. But instinct without structure creates chaos. Young guardian dogs must be supervised. They must be corrected when too playful. They must learn herd pressure slowly. New owners either micromanage too much or give zero supervision. Both create problems. Goats don't automatically trust young dogs, and predators sense instability. The next mistake is ignoring night dynamics. Most losses happen at night, but new owners focus on daytime management. At night, visibility drops, herd spacing widens, predator confidence increases. If goats sleep scattered, risk increases. If guardian dogs patrol perimeter, risk decreases. Most owners often underestimate dusk transitions. That hour changes everything. Another mistake is thinking goats can just graze. Soil deficiencies matter. Minerals matter. Copper levels matter. Weak nutrition equals weaker immune systems, slower reaction speed, lower breeding performance, increased disease risk. Healthy goats move confidently. Sick goats lag. Predators sense lag. New owners make emotional decisions, keeping sick goats too long, keeping aggressive goats in herd, ignoring drift behavior, avoiding tough culling decisions. Predators exploit weakness patterns. If one goat repeatedly isolates, you must address it. Structure must come before emotion. The next mistake is expansion too fast. Many new goat owners expand too quickly. They start with 2 goats, 6 months later they have 12, but fencing didn't expand properly. Guardian coverage didn't expand. Pasture rotation didn't expand. Herd size without structure multiplies risk. Bigger herd equals more variables. The best protection happens when goats trust the dog. They cluster near it during pressure. They shift with it. That relationship isn't automatic. It forms through calm presence, consistent positioning, controlled energy. Loud dogs scatter goats. Calm dogs compress goats. Compression reduces predator selection. New owners often reward barking, but barking without positioning is noise without structure. The real biggest mistake is assuming goats are simple. They aren't. They're prey animals living inside a predator ecosystem. Everything must be intentional. Fence placement, feeding location, brush management, night penning, dog patrol patterns, herd spacing. Goats thrive when structure exists. They suffer when assumption replaces structure. If you're new, start with infrastructure. Add goats after. Add guardian dog intentionally. Study herd movement. Observe drift patterns. Walk perimeter at dusk. Watch how goats sleep. Watch how your dog positions. Protection is not about reaction. It's about prevention. The biggest mistake new goat owners make is underestimating what goats actually are. They are prey animals in a predator world, and they require structure, not just affection. If you build the system first, loss becomes rare. If you add goats before structure, loss becomes likely. It's not about being perfect. It's about being intentional.